I'm a professional artist. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I liked Cats. Was it a good movie? No. Was it a visually pleasing movie? Very much no. Was it fun? Yes. The movie Cats 2019 I can only describe as some kind of weird fever dream. I got home from the theater and I could not look my own cat in the face. The funny thing is, the longer that I sat on it and the longer that it kept ruminating in the back of my mind like some kind of mind maggot, I grew to actually love it unironically. It's not often that we get something so unbelievably weird, and I am so down for weird. The design of the cats, horrific. Absolutely horrific. There's one point where the Idris Elba cat, he's been wearing like a coat the whole time, right? Like his cat fur, he has like a good coat because he's like a bad cat. And at one point during a musical number, he sheds his cat coat to reveal like the very much ripped body of a human being, and it was so distressing. I've never recoiled physically in a movie theater before, but that feeling, that emotion, it was there and it made me feel something, and that's why I love this movie. That being said, since I literally cannot stop thinking about this movie, I decided I was gonna turn my cats into characters from the Cats movie. So I'm gonna bring you guys with me, and we're gonna go on this journey together of creating my cats as if they were part of the Cats universe.
Pavlov! Hi! Hi, little guy. I'm gonna turn you into an abomination. What kind of cat are you? Are you a Gumby cat? Are you a rum-tum-tugger? What are your secrets?
This is Salem. We're gonna start with Salem because she's my firstborn. She does not like to be held. I'm gonna put her down. She is the tiniest cat I have ever met, and she's very spicy. So I want to incorporate those things into her character design. Let's go. And then we have Pavlov. He's still a kitten. He is also much bigger than Salem is. And whoop, and he's my little boy. So I'm going to design each of them their own character from the universe. And I'm really excited. Let's just jump right on in. First, I'm going to start with Salem. And I'm just going to sketch out a quick face that I believe would exist in the Cats universe. I'm going to start it like I would start most other faces. Like I said, the faces are distressingly human-like. And what I'm doing with this is I'm just trying to see what kind of direction I want to take this in. Do I want it to look very realistic face-wise? Do I maybe want to do something a bit more expressive and cartoony? I'm not really sure, so I'm just going to try a few different things and see what sticks. And now here's going to be the hard part, because usually I kind of use the ears as a placeholder to where the rest of the face goes, but they don't have human ears. It's just gonna go up into a circle and then cat ears, which kind of look like that. Oh God, who thought this was a good idea? Now I'm going to draw her full body just kind of standing there. Get a feel for what the whole thing would look like. Should I give her hips? This is such a weird thing to think of my cat. Like, what kind of body type would my cat have? It's also weird to like imagine that she wouldn't be wearing clothes. They're just horrible human bodies on oh God, it's so weird. Like, all I want to do is give her like a cute little outfit to cover up her naked furry cat body. But that wouldn't be very accurate to the source material, so she's naked, except for her collar. See, the thing is too, adding a collar only kind of makes it look more wrong and more naked to me. That's why, like, whenever a cat was wearing some kind of coat or outfit, it just looked so wrong, because by comparison none of the other cats had like a coat or an outfit, and it just whew. Down here I'm going to try to define her face a bit more, And like I said, Salem is a very spicy cat. I just like to kind of give her the personification of like being a huge dick, because I think it's funny. So I want to give her kind of like a really mean, snarky, like resting bitch face kind of look. I think it would be funny, especially because Pav, by comparison, is like the sweetest little guy. Like he loves to be held, he loves pets, he comes running at the door when you come home, and he's just an overall really sweet little guy. So I think having them both like in the same drawing with like very different facial expressions and features, I think that would just be really fun to play around with. Of course, gotta give her a nasty expression like, the fuck are you looking at? I started to draw her hairline like I was gonna give her hair, but I'm not gonna. That's the thing too, I'm not even sure like what parts to keep human and what parts to keep cat. Because when I color this in, she's going to be all fur. Do they even have eyebrows? They have to have eyebrows, right? Okay, yes, the cats do have eyebrows. They've also got, oh god, they have whiskers too, so I have to give her little... Oh no! Oh no, this is cursed. I don't like it. I don't like this at all. Oh, and I forgot her collar. I liked it until I made her a cat. Oh no, Salem. Now that I've got Salem designed, it's time to work on Pavlov. I kind of want him to have a much softer expression because he's a soft, friendly, good boy. Okay, that doesn't look right. I don't like his eyes. I think that's what's kind of making it look bad for me. His eyebrows should be closer. And he always has this dumb, goofy smile, so I need to give him a dumb, goofy smile too. God, like, they still have like a cranium too, which is another weird thing. Like, they still have this shape going on, just no ear to kind of tie it all together. Oh God, this is this is by far the most cursed thing I have ever created with my own two hands. I hate it. I hate it. This next part is going to be super, super difficult for me, because not only do I not draw men or cats, I do not draw men bodies, and I'm not really sure how to begin. And then I'll give him kind of more of a squarish body and narrower hips, something like that. Now is the time for brainstorming the final illustration, and I want them both in the same. I was thinking maybe kind of having them standing back to back, Salem with her mean girl expression, and Pav with his dopey sweet expression. I don't really want to draw their full bodies just because I want to focus more attention on the faces. I don't really want them to look too friendly toward each other, only because Pav is so new and Salem doesn't quite know how to play with him yet. It's actually really funny because Pav is like so excited to play with Salem, like that's all he wants to do, but Salem has never played with another cat before. She's only had my dog. Her definition of playing is like running at him, hissing at him, and then running away. So maybe she could be like looking at him like, excuse me. And then he could be like, wanna play? And I don't know what he would be doing. Oh God, what is that? Alright, so I sketched this out real quick. I think I like this because they're interacting a bit more and they've got like more expression on their face, whereas these are kind of much more static. So they look like they're interacting in this one, so this is the illustration that I think I'm going to go with. I'm now starting the final illustration, which I'm just going to do in my sketchbook because, I mean, let's be honest, this isn't something that needs to stay around forever. And this part is going to be really light, so I might actually just speed this up real quick. Everywhere you are, you're a jellicle cat. Jellicle sounds for jellicle cats. Now that I've got my sketch all figured out, I am going to start coloring, and I am using colored pencils for this, mostly because I can get those fur textures a lot easier with colored pencils than almost any other medium I have. So that is what we're going to go with. I wanted to give her a glamorous type look. So that's what I'm doing with the eyes over here. And then Salem has these beautiful green eyes. I wanted to automatically give her like cat eyes with like slits, like the stereotypical cat eyes, but that's not what they do in the movie. They have such alarming human eyes. Why couldn't they have just given them like more cat features that's not just the ears and the weird fur texture? There's a lot of things that they could have done in this movie that they just didn't, and it's really confusing to me. I kind of love it. Like, I kind of love how horrible it is. Alright, I'm just going to put a layer of like a light brown underneath everything and then add texture on top. Watch me spend all day on something that was supposed to be a joke. Wow, I hate her extremely human mouth. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I think I accidentally made her look sultry instead of snarky. Oh no. It's like the Taylor Swift cat who's way too sexy to be comfortable. Oh no. Now that I've played around with the fur a little bit, I think I'm getting a bit more comfortable with what I'm doing. Kind of just making a lot of different lines with different color pencils and then blending them all together with like a tawny colored pencil, this one, and just kind of blending. And I think it looks alright. I think I am spending a little bit too much time on this. It's stuff I was gonna do today, man. I can't spend all day creating these abominations. Although I will say, I'm very happy with how it's looking so far. It looks uncomfortable and weird, and that is exactly what I wanted. I've got her white little chin, which on Salem the cat, oh god, okay. I have finished Salem, and I hate it. I cannot tell you how uncomfortable it is to draw this cat body without drawing any kind of clothing at all. Also, her expression turned out way more sultry than I wanted it to, but I guess we're just gonna roll with it and be slightly uncomfortable with it and move on, because honestly, that's how I felt the entirety of the Cats movie. So why should this drawing be any different than that? So of course I have to draw my boy in a different color scheme, so I'll be using all kinds of different color pencils than I used for Salem. By the way, I'm using my Prismacolor color pencils, if you could not tell. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. I dreamt of cats. How about you? Now, I do feel like I need to justify my why I like cats so much. It's weird. It's a weird movie. It's a weird concept. Everything about it is just weird, and so many strange decisions were made. But that is why I kind of just unironically enjoy it. Plus, I went into the movie not knowing anything about the actual stage production, which, in my opinion, is the way to do it, because I was so confused and so distressed the entire movie, and that just added to the enjoyment for me. But after I got home and I was like, okay, what was that I just experienced? What's happening? Where am I? Why is my cat looking at me funny? I decided to go and research like what the actual play was, and the play is just as weird. Like, the play doesn't tell you what a jellicle cat is. We're supposed to be confused, and like, we're supposed to feel this like kind of outsider feeling looking in onto the world of cats. And I think it was done well in the stage play, because I feel like you can get away with a lot more in a stage play than with a movie. And I feel like the movie was just more confusing because it's a movie and we have different expectations to what a movie should be as opposed to what a play should be. But after, discovering how just batshit the play was too, it kind of gave me an appreciation for the movie. Like, oh, okay, it wasn't supposed to make sense. It was supposed to be this weird fever dream of cats. Of course, the stage play was a lot less, how should I say it? distressingly sensual. But I think that's largely in part that the design of the cats is this weird naked human body with cat fur, whereas the stage play has a lot more going on with it in terms of just like costume design, which I feel like the movie should have taken from, because the designs in the play are really cool. They're really nice and iconic, and I cannot for the life of me understand why they took absolutely zero inspiration from the play in terms of character design, and they just did their own weird ass thing. But again, I kind of dig it, and now I'm a Cats fan, so. And now I'm drawing my cats as Cats 2019. By the way, furries in the audience, what do you think of Cats? Anyone in the audience, what do you think of Cats? Did you like the movie Cats? Do you like the play? What do you think of the whole thing? I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. Did anyone else actually see this movie besides me? That's what I really want to ask. Because out of my immediate friend circle, I have been the only one. And I saw it excitedly. I was excited for this movie. I chose to see this movie over Star Wars. My husband, who saw it with me, was flabbergasted. He was like, you want to see what? And I was like, babe, we gotta see Cats. We gotta see it. We both listen to the Cats soundtrack in the car now, together. I will come home into the house and he will be singing Mr. Mistopheles to our cats. I have almost finished this monstrosity. It's taken me many hours, and it's taken mental fortitude that I did not know I had. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Wow, okay. Am I done? Have I drawn the cats? Is this... Guys, I genuinely don't know how to feel about this. They look like they belong from the movie. That was my goal. I think I definitely accomplished my goal. And I am proud of how the fur texture turned out. However, this is probably the most cursed thing I have ever made with my hands. And it's so weird because these are my cats. These are my babies. These are my children. And I drew them as a weird amalgamation of human and cat with furry human bodies, very human faces, and cat ears and tails and Salem's collar, and it looks weird and it makes me uncomfortable. But that's exactly how I felt while I watched the movie, so I ultimately think this has been a success. Okay, so I've got the monstrosity, and now I'm going to show it to my boy. Hey, Pav, it's you. What do you think? Does it look like him? Oh, he ran away. Salem, come on out. She's behind the television. Salem. Yes. Salem, look! I drew you as a sassy, sexy kitty. Isn't that awful? Do you hate it or what? What do you think? I think she hates it. Come on, Pav, I want a thumbnail. What do you think? Oh, you're sniffing? What do you think? Do you love it? Oh. Well, I don't really have much else to say. This is horrible. I feel bad for making it. I feel bad that I birthed this into the world. I feel bad for my cats. Oh my god, they're so cute. I hate this. I hate that I created it with my hands. It's probably the worst thing I've ever done, but I hope you guys like it. I hope it sparks an emotion within you, because it definitely does for me. Let me know what that emotion is. And also, let me know what I should name my cats. Their second cat name, because every cat in Cats has their birth name, and then also some kind of weird ass weird ass cat name, so let me know what that would be.
What's your cat name, Pav? What's your second cat name? Is it Bimbly Bob?
Skibbly doo? Schnookaboo? Schnookawokaboo? Anyway, that's it. I'm done. Bye, guys.